All right, so I'm going to show you a couple of things here. First and foremost, this video is mainly about changing the filament, but I did want to show you a couple of little freebies here. So one thing that I want to show you is this flush cutter. So there's a couple links to getting one of these. They're pretty cheap, but they're very useful if you have any stray strings. It's like, for example, I just printed this on the printer, and the point was really sharp. I mean, it was like a shank, so I had to just kind of clip that off a little bit. They are sharp, so you don't want to, you don't want to jab anyone, so keep this out of reach of the kids. But it really does help to fix some of these problems. Also, something else is when you print something off of here, these plates come off. They are slightly flexible, so they kind of help things to pop off when you slightly bend it. But sometimes you also need to use this paint scraper and just kind of slowly get that crap off of there. Every now and then, because there are oils in our fingertips, sometimes we touch this. Sometimes there's just stuff in the filament that over time builds up. In those cases, you want to get some alcohol to rub on this and to get that clean. I have alcohol wipes, but you can also just get rubbing alcohol, good quality, 70-75% alcohol, and then use some cheapo cotton balls and just kind of clean that off. You don't need to worry about it drying, because this thing heats up. It's going to evaporate after a while, and that just gets all the oils and other stuff off. Every now and then, and it takes quite a while, the alcohol won't get everything off. There might be some other stuff on there, and what happens then is that as things print, they will just kind of pop off. And so that's why you will need to get some good quality acetone. This thing will last you forever. I've used this, I don't know how many prints I've had, but I've used this maybe 3 times across 2 printers. And so it goes forever. I mean, you have to do dozens and dozens of prints and, put your hands all over it as you're showing people. And then maybe you'll start using that every now and then. And apparently, every now and then you will have to replace the plates. I haven't had to do that yet, so it seems to work pretty well. So if you do have to eventually replace it, it'll last for a long time, because I've done I don't know how many prints and it works great. All right, so now I'm going to just show you, I'm going to bring this in a little bit, and I'm going to show you how to go about changing the filament. So, pardon the change here. So the first thing I want to do is I want to go to home, and I'm doing that. I'm rotating. Let's see if I can zoom out a little bit. There we go. I'm rotating this nozzle to kind of move about here, and I'm going to go right here to where it says filament. I'm going to press in, and I'm going to go down to where it says unload filament, and it's going to do its thing. And as it does its thing, here's my filament roll here, and it's waiting for the temperature to actually get hot enough. So if you've just been printing, it'll take no time at all. It'll just come right off. But if you've been letting it sit a while, like I have, it takes a couple seconds. Okay, so there we go. All right, so now it's unloaded it, and what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to just kind of roll this, and then it'll come right out. And then I'm going to kind of loop this. You don't want to loop it, you want to give it a little bit of slack there. And I'm going to put this in my storage container. I have a couple plastic bins for that. And now I'm going to put my new filament in, because I want to print a different color. So I'm getting towards the end of this one, and I put it on the rollers there, and I feed this in. I just kind of bump the camera, and I also just kind of feed that in until I feel some resistance. Go right here and have it go up to where it says load filament, and click. I'm going to select PLA. It's the first one on the list, and it says press continue and push filament into the extruder, and hit continue. And so I just press this in. I'm going to feel resistance, but I press it in so that the gears there will start, doing its thing. And so now it's purging all the old filament, And you can see this right here. It's you see the filament from before. It's a tan color. And then there we go. That balled up a little bit more than usual, but and we can tell that it's a bluish color. I want to say yes, it's the correct color. All right, so after that, you go up to where it says return, and then you can print something. In my case, I'm going to print. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to print my 8s. All right, and that's it.